with all sense of humility and responsibility to welcome you to this great global summit. Aina Jojo Tonomo, Nana Patonio Wola, Emaka Sobunanka. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, you learn your time. We are running behind schedule. And the promise on behalf of the organizing committee is that we're not going to spend much time here. Immediately we start, we are going to run and complete the event without much impediment. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you once again to this global summit organized by Mbaise Policy Roundtable. At this point, I want to most respectfully recognize the presence of some distinguished and respected personalities here in our midst. I have the honor and privilege to announce the presence of some decorated guests who have already made the grand eloquent entry. Not easy to be a professor of note, a man who has gone beyond the annals of the nation, making indelible marks in the medical profession. Let's put our hands together once again for this great son of Mbaise nation. Professor Edward Oparodi, chairman and the moderator of Mbaise Policy Roundtable. Prof, you are welcome. When I met you at the Christmas cantata of His Excellency, my friend asked me, "Oh, you are well, Professor Oparodi?" I said yes, even though I have not seen him before. But when I recasted my mind back, I remember the history, I remember the profile, understanding curriculum of this great son of Mbaise nation. After going through his profile and his curriculum, I asked myself, a man who has made indelible imprints in the political annals of Imo State. A man who held a vision of transforming the leadership of Imo State. I'm talking to no other person than a great son of Imo State. A man of exceptional quality. A man of characteristic elegance. A man of moderate humility and the confidential nobility. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no adjective or no part of speech that will be enough to describe this great son of Imo State. With sense of humility and distinguished providence, join me as I welcome to the high table the former governorship candidates of the Labour Party in Imo State, a great son of Mbaise nation, a man of great intelligence, an embodiment of wisdom and knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome Dr. Law Osondo, the Vice Chairman, Mbaise Policy Roundtable. Let's put our hands together for him once again. Let's put our hands together for him. Let's put our hands together for him. Let's put our hands together for him. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to welcome to the high table another distinguished personality, a man I know that has something to offer when it comes to making exceptional contribution for the progress and development of Mbaise nation. I want to call on Honorable Mo Ogoke. Let's put our hands together as I welcome Honorable Mo Ogoke. Let's put our hands together for him. Honorable Mo Ogoke, please come straight to the high table. Please, let's keep on clapping for him. Let's keep on clapping for him. Let's keep on clapping for him. Honorable Mo Ogoke, you are welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, without much punctuation, I also want to recognize another illustrious son of Mbaise nation, a man that has many characters around him, a man with different coloration, a combination of politics and religion, and also with community service and contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to no other person than the former special advisor to the governor on rural development. I'm talking to no other person, a great son of Mbaise nation, always visible in the vineyard of the Almighty God, even though he's a politician. But anytime after politics, the another place you can see him is in the church.
Sure.
A man who has a sonorous voice. Most of us don't know that he's even a chorister. That marvels me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to no other person than a man with robust physique and robust intelligence. Join me as I welcome Honorable Sir Richmond Osudi. Let's put our hands together for him.
Wow.
Let's put our hands together for him. Let's put our hands together for him. You know how many people. May I announce the arrival of the former governor of Imo State, His Excellency, the Right Honorable Sir Chukwemeka Nkem Ihedona, CON, Obenkamuranya, the former executive governor of Imo State, a great son of Mbaise nation, a great leader indeed, a man who laid the foundation of the modern Imo, a man whose leadership in Brits within 7 months brought total turnaround and leadership predigitation in the political annals of Imo State. Your Excellency, we want to welcome you to the 2025 Annual Global Summit of Mbaise Policy Roundtable. You are welcome, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, the Chairman, at this point, I give Moji. Please endure the Naka because on the make available to the north to Moji.
So, His Excellency, this policy grant to the Moji, the owner of the Karakara Museum. So, ladies and gentlemen, second of January 2025. But MPR and now on the Senate sign on required longer. The email I said, Happy New Year, 30% Happy New Year. And then she let me send it and I'll find the report at Ryan or at Ryan more. Family dining, the mother is like you put a chapel and I create a national and the one that's created a new. What I believe in God, it's about one day. You try and take a corner, that's why we have to get to the people. You have for then we send policy around the world, who are making a lot to go to, especially when sharing or professor apology. Do I have a Amen.
Thank you very much. The MPR energy. And Rana Batala. No piano. And not that. And I'm the chairman and the moderator of MPR, Professor Edward Oparoji, for his opening remarks. Policy round table, or two more missing, and over delay. I will to tell now to do this money, and to all of you know, by the own value, we all will the Conaco. And I don't know the Conaco. Oh,
mgbe ndị ilewe anya ga-amasị o nwetara nke anyị nwere gap na ndị bekee ndị onye kwado ya n'ụkwado nke ha niile ndị Mbaise ndị anyị maka ọganihu. So Mbaise policy rounded otu anyị wụ ile anya n'ụwa niile ifere ebe ihe ọganihu dị o nwere ike oke gị banye ụlọ nwere ebe awa dị kpara aka were ya dabara anyị na Mbaise. So ọnwa ji ahụ ileba anya ebe niile ma ọ bụla ndị ala bekee ma ọ bụ ndị gọọmenti Nigeria ka anyị nọ n'ime ma ọ bụ Imo steeti ma ọ bụ lokal gọọmenti nwere nwa onwe ya na-eme nkata anyị ji mee ụlọ agha. Oge gara aga anyị etile aka na ihe gbasara ọgwụ ike ụmụ anyị nwa particularly mkpụrụ nri mana nkụzi ijikwa nsị mkpụrụ ahụ nwere eme dị anya ahụ mma o ji merụ mmadụ ahụ mebie ebilehi maka ihu obodo. Nke abụọ wa na-emere gbasara ahụike anyị etikwele aka. anyị dị very much involved na na-akpọ maternal health. Anyị na United Nations anyị na ikwubie anyị were ọgwụ anyị mara gịnị nwa anyị ndị dị ime maọbụ ndị anyị gburu ime mba anyị were kọnyere mba n'isiri anyị nwa ya ndị adịghị akpara ahụ nwa na-akwara ma abrakwa ahụ. Anyị ejikwara aka na ndị gbasara COVID anyị gara n'ama ọkwa ka ekwula redio ma ọ na billboard na-egala n'ama kụziere ndị na nna. Several field educators over 300 anya na Mbaise COVID compared to what happened in other parts of the world, Mbaise was relatively safe for COVID as well. Afọ gara aga anyị ga-abịa tinye training for ụmụ yuta anyị na ndị ka anyị ndị ọrụ ugbo na what we call integrated farming technique. Onye onye isi that project that program na here today we will put the bias anyanwụ nkata anyị ya wo but anyị ụmụ Mbaise dị ji ọrụ ugbo wefu anyị adịma ọ dị ji zụọ anyị ya ọrụ ụmụ mmadụ ha kọ ma ọwụ otu osisi afọ onye akọ abụọ otu ọba ji akọziwo ya abụọ nkụzi ya ga-ewu akụzichara anyị ya were mefụrụ ahụ ga-ebere Mbaise. That very training had 225 young farmers went through it and they passed out through the training. The Secretary General of African Universities Fund, then I partner with the Google. Google were among the top IT organizations in the world. Google had a scholarship. Such a woman, they said they would offer a lobby so much for him. This is the scholarship. Each of those scholarships worth over 400,000 naira. And as of today, I believe over 60 Mbaise benefited from this scholarship. Got this scholarship. 20 of them finished their program.
program is a 6 months program. In less than that. And today, those kids who went through the Google Scholarship IT program will get their certificates here today. The world today, or boundary, or people in geographical boundaries, the world today is a global stage. This global involvement in international trade. Most of us are food and IT skills. What we do, we create a hub whereby endeavor is to empower you to be aware that Mbaise, as we are here today, can play in the international scale, international space. Concluding, the program that will be presented here today by one of our daughters for farmers, whereby MPR will provide some counterpart funding for farmers clusters. Each of those clusters, they need 100,000 naira as counterpart funding, and each of those clusters, they were available to them by the end of the year 2 million naira worth of resource. So we look forward to every one of you all farmers here to queue into this cluster farming, black cluster farming, and escalate, elevate your skills and your productivity. That presentation will be made here today. Again, our role, MPR, is to find ways to enhance capacity and capabilities of our people, particularly our youths, to ensure that we are self-employing ourselves and as well as being productive financially. At the end of the day, each of our farmers made the capacity with little to become millionaires.
So, Kaikoran, the chairman of MPR Raka, let's put our hands together for him for that wonderful remark on this order. Mr. Chairman, Your Excellency, now to okay. I got quality. Onye nnukwu ọbịa pụrụ iche n'etiti anyị n'ehihie a. Onye ga-agwa anyị okwu. I'm talking to no other person than Nwafọ Mbaise gbara ọgbụrụgbụ. The man who always puts smiles on the faces of Imo people. A man whose 7 months administration, when he was the governor of Imo State, brought smiles and also transformed Imo State as one of the competing states. As one of the competing states in the community of nations. A man whose policy put a smile on the faces of Imo pensioners, even workers. Many people can attest that when he was there, pensioners should not follow him, or they will just get their pension without any stress. Ladies and gentlemen, those of us in Ngobala, there was a time, a particular place, spots in Ngobala, before Gijejewa Port Harcourt. There was a time in Gijejewa Port Harcourt, permit me to say this. So I have him to nature, Otele,
So give up a chair. Opal, I want a very bad spots, and I get it would kill on 10 hours before I go Gagi Rahan Kuala. Gagi Higa River State chair. So this year of recent, I'm for a month and I got a Port. So Motanya, but the one woman I say about relation Kuala. Madu, every need about relation Kuala, Madu Chedere, I get to shape. So I am not waiting. After Kuala, and by Kuala Johnson or Buffy. Na kwa baba fe kwala luzie side ebe amala drive the street ba fe so abagide rueche do man as madu chere rugulebe ebe amala ha ya ta ya se ya ro eche de madu chere kwere so drive tie na ya ba fe ebe amala ba fe so no ble we iwe owa de one so I assist drive him in the mistake no aga de one okura ga gba gisigirula amala gine ge for share. So drivers say you go call that I say I'm back to Amal by hosting maybe all about there for the so driver turn I allowed to back. So by na that particular ebe Ishama the man is the woman as I know I say has to get you go man. Yeah for that Oji brother. For dog here. No na we also ya rule Ishama la. Yeah, man, yeah, you can't go. I been good to work at the one. I'm my dear, I know we way. I got a driver, someone I don't want to play that. So I have told that is not the storyline. So my turn on I got it. Drive a move. So to one walk on I have power. After all, until you make it. Always make it head on. More change, more than a bed about the home. I will not get it. Always make it head on. Ladies and gentlemen, the guy there who at the point when I ate he prepare him with death trap beside Amala of this great son of Imo State. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, with great sense of humility and honor, I want to call on one of the greatest leaders, a renowned man, a man of great intellectual, an administrator by excellence, a man who knows the plight of the people of Imo State. Most of people man here who came here, Your Excellency, your name came, which is a 4-letter word. Maybe you may not know that the time is going to come. The reason why your mother gave you that name came, which is a possessive, is going to manifest in no distant time. Let's put our hands together as I call on His Excellency, the Right Honorable Chukwemeka Ihedioha, the Great Honorable of this election, the former governor of Imo State, a man who knows the plight of his people. You're welcome, sir.
The categories of people be invited. Papa Masi, Happy New Year to all of us. Happy New Year to all of us.
Descend to you, Excellency.
His speech. Yeah, Kelebo. It can go to your wall. Always really like Christmas here. All the state of hopelessness. We should be hopeful. That's the most important thing. 25 beckons and only cheer. I am manners of Neshirike. However, you should put smiles on your faces. If you are hopeful and believe in God, onwe Chineke na na-abụ ime. Aga m ese n'ebe anyị ji ụkwụ anyị bịaruo ebe taa. Ọ ga-ede mma anyị wuo obi ọma na aṅụrị banyere onwe anyị so that our stay here will be fulfilled and our outing will be rewarding. Prof, when you invited me, you called me to come and be part of this ceremony today. Why I accepted? Very simple, to associate what you are doing. I came to associate with the programs that Mbaise Policy Roundtable have been carried out. All the selfless, I am not aware that is a money-making venture.
I believe that what you are doing is to offer your mates, persons that are different from you and perhaps different from your family and not your children. That is why I'm here. And I want to commend you for it. I want to. Ona de chama adua de ahne be kan ebe. Oka adua. Why him? Otode gwan si awo onye. And so encouragement in the sense that boy making hear the harm from business here and rub minds with your people. I should be humble enough to come and identify with Ndebekai. I did not accept to come and give a keynote speech because I'm an intellectual. The focus on bettering the society and the impact on human beings and individuals, etc. But fundamentally, to succeed in modern agriculture, I do not think that there's anything that is more fundamental than power, energy. Mr. Moderator, you want to produce zoning, you can preserve it, sell it, more give for that time. Immediately. Ye perish. And ya perish here, it becomes a challenge. And so, early enough, what did I do? When I was Chief Whip of the House of Reps, realizing the essence of power to development, maybe though, and attracted 3 substations. Mbaise. And I'll point at them when I'm actually about. Oh, I tell you, Shahina Junction. Let's not plan. Oh, I tell you, Shahina Junction.
No, sir.
Is a substation. There's a substation there. Shahina Junction. There wasn't any before. I cited another one on nature. Mbaise. And I cited yet another one Mbaise. As we progressed, I also took advantage of my office. Dabido, a mega transmission stop. They're not between Nkuru and Ibe. That substation is gigantic. At the time they were all awarded, they were in regions of billions. And this was before 2011. Dabido, fortunately, the substation now here is completed and it is in use now. That is the 15 MVA injection substation for purpose of transmission, for purpose of distribution. The one in a bottle is operational for purpose of distribution. The one in Onitsha is operational for the purpose of stepping down and distributing power to your respective lines. Now, but this big one, a transmission station. The idea will Droko from Ebu, which is the only transmission substation in Imo State. That's Ebu. So I wanted us to have something in Mbaise. So that Adroko from that high tension, let me make it very simple. Adroko give enough. The power will be enough to give power to this. This supply is to these smaller injection substations. Okuga Panafu, is for me and you to have power in our respective communities. Or actual transformer. You could have transformer, but if there is no power coming in here, it's a problem. Anytime any problem, now the able substation now was Okago Ebe. So, Mr. Moderator, what I had in mind was to make them the same self-sufficient in power supply. I didn't stop there. At the time I was the president at Mbaise and Gopal. So I went to Gopala and also put in a 15 MVA injection substation. These things are quite expensive. I may launch it, I argue with food. Mr. May launch it, we will not be able to put one of the injection substations, we cannot do it. But because God, through the votes of Ndebekai, opportunity, my colleagues in the National Assembly found me worthy to be one of their leaders. I say, I won't just be leader, I'll be leader and be useful to our people. How do I step to make sure that life is meaningful to our people? And that's what influenced and guided the substation. Now, if the substations are working in full capacity, if we had finished getting on the big one, if that was completed, but at some point, they buy your about that something that about keep get up between the bed. Nah, I'm not the never guy just for that. There's the substation up. But the import of it is that not difficult unless you complete it. And you must need a friendly administration, the not government project, to go and complete that project. I completed the project. Then our dreams of having state power can be realized. I think that is to make it easy why we do not have steady power like around this. And so it's a major constraint. So when we think of what to do, I have said, nobody now the very possibilities. I'm not for industry. I'm many industries doing that functions Mbaise. Before we had certain industries, all of them have closed down. Why did they close down? Because there is no power. And so in development, power is as fundamental as staying in Namibia. Now go nowhere. If you have power, you can stay. Don't worry, you can be anywhere and operate, and I'm sure you'll get what. No, that simply is too fundamental to what we are looking for before you can realize your goals from farm to fortune. Farm to fortune means I should have farm. I make a smile. Allah ebe jara homa Allah is very expensive Allah. Resegia plot. Now that joke, how many plots of land can you buy to plant a product? Anything literally when you crop, we plant it, I gather below harvest. You nurture it to the period you harvest and make enough money to be able to put cash in your pocket. And so land is not our strength. Somebody didn't make any effort to do agriculture. I don't like our and you can have 10 hectares, 20 hectares, hundreds, even possible. 100 hectares, 200 hectares, 300 hectares. Among any farm around the same one, 100 hectares. And so if you don't have 100 hectares, how can you make it successfully in palm, for instance, palm? And on into maybe palm production. And I'm on that true. And I know many of us are going through those things. How many factors today can depend on it is no Mohana school. And so that's very frustrating. So we have a problem of land which would take us some time to deal with. Although MPR is the right here, more than possible. Among community land beside of Allah, Sekenian, Ogequa Allah, Nana Match. When we were governor, I appointed four senior special assistants on agriculture. 2 of them were from this. And I charged them that what the state must do is I got very dependent. I got independent by ourselves. And that the way we can be independent is to take advantage of opportunities we have. So we did a study. And we found out that Gafi Hitu Boma, Gafo Bo, that there's need. You know that many communities there's need. Amo Manao, Udo, even along those banks are very fertile for agriculture, particularly rice. So what did I do? I started a rice seed multiplication project. You heard about it. What I wanted to do was a proper rice basin. And so we launched it within that short period. And so we wanted to begin to supply other parts of the states, those rice seedlings. Then we can Mbaise, around these family. Other person want to run, you know where rice was. Had we succeeded, Imo would have today been a major rice basin. And that was how we planned it. Within the period, I brought in 1,000 seedlings, 1 million seedlings of palm from Costa Rica. They yield high. Acadia, so Mano, so the shorter ones yield better and they give you more profit. So we brought them. Incidentally, they came in January after I had left as governor. I'm here today. But what we had in mind was to give these palms to respective communities. I had made a design and had written to local government areas in Imo State that any local government area that can give us 2,000 hectares of land, at least 2,000 to 4,000 to replicate the other I went on Hajj. Within that short period, we got our machine working. I have a valid the palm machinery. We revived it completely. We had one from business who was very good. We got him and he got that plantation back. No more. We wanted to make it independent again. What am I saying? We realized the need that self-sufficiency to go. Or every day government not going and say allocation alone. I mean, allocation can dry up. The government is unable to give you, though they have to borrow. It's a budget go to give allocation to states and local government areas. So I think it's important in what I told you, Mr. Chairman, Michael President, the kind of lecture you would expect. But I wanted to say, what I came to share with you is how we can help ourselves, how governments can affect you. When you see people take interest in governance, because the sole responsibility of government is the welfare of the people. That welfare of the people are taking up. When you go, 100,000 naira to get your votes. Machina Bola, get it free. $10,000. Machina Bola, get it free. But then your future. And so today we complain. What's our job? Why not our job? If you get a man who does not bother about the welfare of the downtrodden, that person is interested. Okay, I have purchased it. Bye-bye. Let me go and make them. They think out there, they fire it. And that is not what we should. Where we should be is how can we touch on the lives of the downtrodden who are 95% of our population. I am big men. I am motor. A lot of people I gave up fuel till a motor at time. Let's tell me about what I know what is an guy. But should we be happy that are unable to put fuel in their vehicles? Because if I just tank now, it's 100,000 naira. And we all know what it is. That was why, when I became governor, before that, civil servants were being paid 70% of their salaries. Civil servants of Malaysia, they were paid 70% of their salary. And they were taking it. My father must have one job. That a worker deserves his pay. I promised to increase it. From the first month, I started paying workers their 100%. I said I will not go. All I did was the resource the state had. We can use it for the benefit of the people. and a good dividend of democracy. That is what it should be. Pensioners were owed 64 months. I promised them that I gave them verification. It took us 2 months to verify. Man, go on and talk to your local government area because you don't want to go there. Oh, give again and no. Go back to your local government area. In the local government, we won't know what they are. The medical verification, even if verification finished in 2 months, we started paying pensioners. And I made in such a way that again and all again. So we don't old men and women who have retired to be suffering how they collect. So in the house, give that last. Did it happen or not? It happened. When I left, I went to politics into it. Mr. Moderator, I never appreciate your wine. When I became governor, I awarded the road from Abba branch to Abba branch. First of all, I broke it section. Abba branch to Ahira Junction here. Then the second phase from Ahira Junction up to Papa. Abado from Ahira Junction. All that road, the moment they removed me, what happened? What happened there? And then I got every day in my lecture. Not in my lecture. Let's speaking truth to power. I have refrained from speaking. So they and make a damchara. Can better not like a bench now. Oh, Halan.
Amamo.
That's a problem.
Amam.
What must we do? All the man as in clusters, I think it will help us. The point I'm making, every individual Ghana theater say I own a farmer. All chaps, any 1, 2 plots of land. 2 plots of land is about 100 by. This could be a plot of land. Now about the plot of land in Zambia. Now no, this building, this. Sir? Upon that, yes, this place now is about 2 plots. So can I go one joke? They go to plot with her. I just tell.
20 million. 21.
Yes. Not a plot of land, about 4 million. So by the time you spend 4 million to buy a plot of land, 11 are coming here to make profits to train your child. And that's the frustration you have with farmers. Can that person smile? Can he smile? Or is it possible? And so what is the solution? Young chaps, what's the solution? Yeah, man, then none no. Yeah, you have said actually made modern agriculture. But you need lands to enable you achieve it. Abakwaka without giving and the man is dedicated and committed, and that you are disciplined to face what you are doing. Now, your job is farming. Oh, in the morning, a proper farmer, even in America, where you go live, a farmer doesn't have time for those beautifications. A farmer is practical. So for all you young chaps, I think what is important is to discipline yourself, accept that you want to be a successful farmer. When you accept, and I may invest our future, because future is if a drug here with it, or a drug it get everywhere. Mr. President, welcome, sir. No. Mr. President. Although I blame you for coming late. Because I'm a messenger. So I didn't mind with you. I told me our into unnecessary academics. After me going into unnecessary academics, I want to think of what we can do that discipline for the younger ones, they as fundamental as they come. Because they only show just that Professor Ta. Abraham is a professor. They studied all the bites taken, and today they can sit here. A lot of us, younger ones, I Joro, Eba Osisa, I Joro, Itiaka na Yahoo Mefuoka, Edo Yahoo Dakafumat. Nde Bariani, Anna Hebrew, the boat to and so I will enjoin you to take on the path of hard work. I will enjoin you to discipline yourselves. I will enjoin you to be very purposeful. I will enjoin you to begin to work in clusters. The moderator has told us that about 200 of you up here, about 240 of them are getting support from Google. Am I right? What about 600,000 naira each? Now, how are you going to apply those resources? If you were 600,000 naira, how do you use it? So that within a specific period, there was significant yield in your pocket, and then you can reinvest it, and then more useful to yourselves. So I think if you form yourselves into clusters, okay? 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, as the case may be, it will help us to get to our destination. We may have been accomplished. Only if we have a generation that will take over from us and they keep the flag flying. Our forefathers, but we have done well in building very strong infrastructural network to make life easy for you. Now, but it is up to you to realize that you should give us confidence for investments in Hunumeja. But what I can for Faka in a so because I will enjoin you fundamentally, please. I will enjoin you fundamentally to work hard as much as you can. You work hard, get into partnership. And then what we can do, sir, as a people. Soil testing is very important. Because if we do not do soil testing, you may not know anything they call it. The communities and villages, it may soil testing very cheap. It may vegetable cucumber, or you say, I don't want to get into all those things. If I go into poultry, you don't have to wait to make the kind of resource that Prof will have to succeed in poultry. You can start your own poultry in your own way. Yes, feed your own, there's no other part. It will feed from that. Begin at the scale that is possible and attainable. And I'm sure if you do, maybe by this time next year, give them a wider now. I decided to cut your coat according to your size, and then you have made some leaf, some on hand have wood. Oh, season, I know season, Ipala, Gabaf, $10 million of dinner. But I would ask, Professor Osuji, who is now a professor in Afuto. He was my senior special assistant in agriculture. I want him to do, which I will distribute to you. And when I say break it down to what will be beneficial to them specifically. And I will hold you to the last, also near about a month. I am how to advise you, and that will come in as papers, which will give you as handout or handbooks aggregate to these younger ones that have come here that want to make a career out of farming and it is out of agriculture. Man, as the children and girls, you know, very wonderful.
Let's give a wonderful citation for that wonderful speech. Let's keep on clapping for him. Let's keep on clapping for him. Let's keep on clapping for him. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that keynote address. Let's put our hands together, let's appreciate him. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that wonderful remark. Put our hands together for him. Prof, you're welcome, sir. I will put in our midst a very respected daughter of Mbaise, a very distinguished leader, a woman of substance, indeed, a great Amazon, a woman whose contribution is also part of the success of today's occasion. Mbaise Jemono, a very renowned person, a resource person, an international scholar, the former Minister of State, Education, former Supervising Minister of Foreign Affairs, a woman who led a high-powered delegation to the United Nations, where Nigeria won a seat at the UN Security Council. An award-winning Minister of State of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Among all the laurels and awards she won when she was the minister, the one that touches my heart was the one given to her by the Dubai Group as the most outstanding Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I recognize this noble lady of note, Her Excellency Professor Waila Onwonore. Let's put our hands together. You're welcome. Let's put our hands together. You're welcome. Respect and humility, and I'm an Abatano's operator. Mbaise Jemono, another illustrious son of Mbaise Nation, a man whose name is synonymous with Mbaise Nation. Whenever he mentions his name, one of the striking things that goes into your mind is the Mbaiseness in him. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to no other person than the President General of his resume, Mbaise, South Surveyor Joe and Osike. Let's put our hands together for this. Hey, Mbaise Remando. Join us. Also join me as I recognize the presence of Professor Polycarp Woha. Professor Polycarp Woha. Please, let's put our hands together for him. Professor Polycarp. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to recognize very specially this great lady who has remained up and doing for the success of today's event. Join me. Let's put our hands together as I recognize Dr. Tobechi Inabubu Wachubu, the Secretary, MPR Summit Planning.
The prof members of the High Table at this point, I get all Professor Polycarp, the convener of Mbaise. Please, Prof, come over to this place. I was not oh my God. No. Right now, we are stepping into the main focus of our event today. When we say from fund to fortune, take to cash. The former governor tried to, I will use the word to scratch it a little bit. The order of the day. One year here now, I'm before. Mandeke was a mandeke will give you my hall. Everything what I take. My hand just now. Only make with millions of dollars just because of an investors. And our focus will whether when one piece of land may just when a small place in your backyard. It depends on what you want to do with it. Because agriculture, my technology does not need at this point does not need a large expanse of land per se. I want them farm the roof of their houses. Right now, I want them so you don't need the whole of Mbaise to succeed as an agriculture. I've been in America, but believe it, as all about and we are coaching. Tell you, some of us know America, a lot of us Kawaji within your backyard, you are going to succeed. Then I depending on tech. Let me tell you about Google. Only on picture search we got Google. About Google. It's not a destiny for Africa. My brother say, but my village, as rural as it is in eastern Nigeria. So when the lady are searching, they search when he see J. Google. So no that you see. Google, a person benefit from this area. I'm about 4 days. They came back for the first time in the history of Google. They opened the Google professional scholarship outside the United States for the first time. And as William said, as manager, so I said from MPR. I get pose as what Abudano, I am with always. So, all my way, say, I create my open market over reskilling or upskilling. That means you have to reskill. It's turn to another scale. You reskill. You want to kill mechanic. And actually, you will. Kela deji gekwe ya la moto ya ba de membre moto o take ya ka turn na le ba me yefu the channel to the dollar we can make office gekwe ya ga ye mo de code ya ba de me da so ga even ko o he na le je na it's just a membre moto which is just something they get plug on a moto then they get on now then let me say it without missing words that they both have a problem in the world. Already winning a lot of millionaires because if you can solve that problem, you become a millionaire. And that is why we are introducing the tech issue and the agriculture again with the you can use technology. Irrigation now, you can connect connect with a million drone. Whenever you connect yala chamina get for water or well. All irrigation. So this is we want to break it down that I am need to play too much it's 1 million or 1 million and this. So that's the introduction to this stage
And I have the singular honor to bring in the people to the high table, maybe break it down to this so that they will implement. I want to invite the high table Mrs. Mbaise. She will be speaking on assessing farmers' resources. Mrs. Mbaise, please come back to the high table. That. Because actually, you may think that all a poor man's food, but actually, we eat a lot of carbohydrate. So that is only when diabetes. When you eat a day, they have more than food. Okay, you have more. So, what do I do? You have mainly produce your art. Then, you have mainly produce your art. Man around America, chose actually. Oh, man, equal. They will never picture Tina, they call her online. Tina. And then you can make all your land and business and don't hear what. I'm such as art. Yabafta said Mrs. Okoha, Nona, it. I had a way. O delivery at Auckland now, Mowoti, 1,000. Now, I only the Yaman on you. When I email all the phone number, more email address. Only the Yaman on you. More than email, make the Yaman brother say, Mbagana. What phone number or Mrs. Njoko? Oh, no, Joy, I say, oh, I told you, I'm going to whatever your boy. Only the people young. And when I also guy lay at Hannah, as well, you may call it, whatever it is that you are producing. So, only to break it down. Oh, yeah, a very good. My own, I can't. Onye onye city of Manako Adanta computers, America. They were in the 80s. Adanta computer. And I'm talking of no other person than High Chief Draken Work. Well, after Manham, so I will talk a little bit about the Google professional scholarship. So my scholarship going. I say why they set it up above our own they say down. To one secondary school. I am here for learning at secondary school because I can say I am under their parents, and so we want people, at least maybe HND or OND who are struggled so that they can jump into tech. But one young person in a secondary school they might apply. I say, I say, okay. So I decided, I said, let's give that young person a try. So to our greatest surprise, even without certain difficulties, this young person, he finished this program in cybersecurity. Not only that he finished it, but he is now at the stage that he pushed in other cybersecurity studies. Within 10 minutes, where's a phone? Even if we may work for last SIM card, the phone, he will tell you where that phone is. And the reason all making it happen within this 10 minutes or choice is only a baffle, like I need police. But get me involved police. They left for more money than you expect. So our choice is only with the phone not flat. So in phone within 5 to 10 minutes, my boy and I see our phone on by this side of the room. I can now go, I will tell lock also. So I got our phone. And eventually, because of that, we are going to work with this young person to set up that business. And I'm talking about no other person than Master Nelson Nyekachi Wachuku. Come over. And also, other people in our world today, other on that stage. And let me also recognize Reverend Father Pius Ibauchi Anyao, who the director of Mata Farm, who will also give us some remark about agriculture. Father Pius, am I here? Okay, so Isaac Ebuka, Oshi from Zaban, and now a good friend to Professor Mbappe. Please, Father Ebuka, can we give me a round of applause? Where are you sitting? No. Okay, without wasting time, I want to say the speech is I gave and we want to keep it to 10 minutes. Prof set that standard. Instead of reading out all the things he put down on paper, he summarized it. So in inviting Ms. Ngozi Okechukwu to talk to us about assessing farmer financial resources, I will urge you to please summarize it and give us the nitty-gritty so that we can move on.
I want to thank you especially, the moderator. Actually, claiming the show today on great farmers, no farmer, agagwekwanyi. Anyị bụ ndị ọrụ ugbo, anyị bụ ndị ọrụ ugbo, anyị bụ ndị ọrụ ugbo. Agụrụ agagụkwa anyị o, anyị bụ ndị ọrụ ugbo, anyị bụ ndị ọrụ ugbo, anyị bụ ndị ọrụ ugbo. As farmers, I ain't they put our ears down. They were farmer, they were a farmer. I think that this is also your business. I ain't they put on agribusiness value chain development, key to sustainable individual and national prosperity. What is this value chain? Most of us who farmers, I'm a head of value chain. I know Google. I am a head of Shimud Bohaya for that, and then I cover. For example, Ndena Japo, Ole de Chichi, Nation Japo Hapota. For example, Ina Japo, in with a stem, in with a subagi, give a gari, give me a give the apple. Never must I, no Hina Koangata, just the nutshell. In a nutshell, all I discuss with her as farmers. Action kind water that agriculture is not just I am a farmer. Action kind see that now there is business in agriculture. As a farmer, you are a business person. And farmers, who do be proud of your profession. Most farmers, here in general, have farmers because Hamahi. So, who do merchant it have? Who do water? They value not your products or the value even waiting in your products as a farmer. Agribusiness value chain is a series of activities that create value for agricultural products from production to consumption. What is the importance of agribusiness value chain? It enhances efficiency, productivity, and profitability, thereby leading to sustainable individual and national prosperity. Now, farmers need to face. What are those things farmers face that make them not to get money or that make them not to see agriculture as a business? One, low productivity and efficiency. Some of us who farmers, I used to get the right farming practices or the right farming practice. And it will make you to not, you cannot go to the market to sell your products because you did not apply the right practice. So if you do not apply the right practice, how can you get, how can you be productive in your farm? So that is number one. Then limited access to finance and markets. Most of people now say, because I know what they need from government. How can government invest in you when you are not being productive? How can government or individuals invest in what you are doing? One hour seem to get the right thing. So as farmers, you will be limited or you will be limited to getting access to finance and markets if you do not practice the right way, thereby leading to low productivity. You cannot get access to finance because an investor would like to invest in Korean, in more Hungarian. Another thing, inadequate infrastructure and technology. Most of us who can enjoy and then who can as soon as we are almost in that mommy, and I'm computer without the money sharp. So, low inadequate infrastructure and technology is one of the challenges facing agribusiness in Nigeria. Another one of poor policy and regulatory framework. Now, what are the opportunities? I am one of the challenges facing agribusiness in Nigeria. What are the opportunities? I am one of the challenges that is facing agribusiness in Nigeria. Now, what are the opportunities? Each other into full-scale production business. What are the opportunities? One is increased productivity and efficiency. Two is improved access to finance and markets. Three, enhanced profitability and competitiveness. Four, job creation and poverty reduction. Five is improved food security and nutrition. Now, key components of agribusiness value chain development. One is production. Key components to the value chain, understanding the step by step, not in agriculture. One is production. Improving agricultural productivity and efficiency. These are the components of agribusiness value chain development. Two is processing, adding value to agricultural products. What is processing? Custard, all those things are processing. And when the food processors also not here. And finance, providing access to finance and credit facilities. These are the key components of agribusiness value chain development. Another one is infrastructure, developing adequate infrastructure and technology. Now, what is the role of government? His Excellency, I was very impressed when he was speaking. As farmers, or as he spoke about energy, which is the key factor to production. Energy, it cannot go far. He spoke about it and he highlighted it here. So what is the role of government and private sector in agriculture value chain development? One is on government will provide policy and regulatory framework, infrastructure and finance. Then on private sector, only the private side remain and the companies sign whatever. Only in agribusiness value chain, investing in agriculture. We need our private sectors to invest in agriculture. They need to provide technology and expertise, and they will also create jobs. Now, in conclusion, agribusiness value chain development is critical to sustainable individual and national prosperity. addressing challenges and leveraging opportunities in agri-business value chain development can enhance productivity. It can enhance efficiency and profitability. On the collaboration between governments, private sector, and other stakeholders is essential for successful agri-business value chain development. Recommendations. We need to develop and implement policies and programs to support agribusiness value chain development. 2, invest in infrastructure and technology to enhance productivity and efficiency. 3, provide access to finance and markets for agribusiness entrepreneurs. And finally, promote public sector partnership to support agribusiness value chain development. We bring them together. To the bottom line. What is the response to this challenge? As farmers, what are the quick ways or the step by step so that we can harness the untapped value chain in our products as farmers? Number 1 is at RA Ventures. We recognize the interconnected challenges facing agribusiness value chain development in Nigeria. Some of us are farmer. I'm a farmer. I don't care in the affairs of the nation. Look, if we as farmers, we as politicians, teachers, anything in there, you can see that we have the same challenge. We share the same problem. This issue of social vices all the evil things happen, and we farmers, we also share it with people. Even into security. Who has to plan that people are farmers? It doesn't concern people. It still concerns us. Because if agriculture is given quick attention, or if the farmers can understand what they are doing, they can help. They can help in what ways? One is they can develop themselves, develop their children, develop their families, and even what have you done? You have helped to reduce social vices in the society. Now, our response, our response to this challenge is the RA Agripreneurship Development Empowerment Self-Help Cluster Progressive Farming Initiative, which were in collaboration with the Mbaise Roundtable to empower farmers in Mbaise region. Please, can you join your hands together on this? MPR has tried. Prof, thank you very much, sir. Because when I was called up to make a proposal on this, I told them that getting finance most times is not easy for our farmers because we are not doing the right thing. One, we don't even know who are the farmers in Mbaise. I am not behind the Jacob. Where is your farm? Show me what you produce. Or we are portfolio farmers. Or we are portfolio farmer. I don't know if you understand me. So what did we do? We arranged an initiative, or we organized an initiative called self-help cluster farming. Self-help, you need to step up. You need to step out to help yourself before anybody will come to help you. What is that self-help? One, you have stepped up and said, or you have stepped out and said, I am a farmer. Please, I need help. That is the number 1 thing. Then number 2, we organize these farmers in clusters. We have our clusters spread across, both in the crop section and in the livestock section. Before I can go further, I need to define what the project is all about. RA Agripreneurship Development Empowerment Self-Help Cluster Farming in Omini, an innovative farming model that empowers individuals and communities to participate in agribusiness value chain development. You are in a community where you have a land in alone on hectares. Evidence that you can't even produce what you eat. So what did we do? We said, okay, Mr. A or Mr. B, I am from Mbaise, and Mr. A is from Mbaise. In Mbaise, we have hectares of land. In Mbaise, and we have our farmers who plant, who are into cropping. I can generalize it like that. I can generalize it. Who are into cropping, we push them down to Mbaise. So, okay, please come to this community that have bought back their lands. But we are leveraging on the CBN, ACGSF, Agricultural Credit Guarantee Scheme. It is a loan. It is not free. So people after COVID-19 will say, no, free. Some of you are a debit account till now. So what are we doing? We are helping these farmers to form them in clusters. Those that don't have money, then when you go. They can to CBN because these are our farmers. They are into so, but they don't have this finance. Then what should you do first? If I put a counterpart funding of 100,000, 100,000 is just like a cash collateral. It is still your money. And when you begin, it goes to say, hey, yes, I am capable. I can pay back this money. Then we're also working through a microfinance bank because it is a general project and it is only disbursed through a microfinance or through any microfinance bank. Then we are now working in partnership with a microfinance bank where, because of this project I made, this self-help cluster farming project, the interest rate of 2.5% every month. And you were a livestock farmer, they had 6 months moratorium to use the 500 open a crop farmer, they need 1 year moratorium. Here they just have that interest rate just 2.5%. Now they actually have any give 500,000 now. Farmers, because one measure, can you do anything with that 500,000? No. You didn't just say yes. When you say yes, thank you. What do we do? Give it like our farmers in the poultry farm, there are about 36 of them. They got this 500,000 naira and came under a cluster, under a management, where their own farm. And they were able to stock about 1,500 birds. Their farm on own now. Then the management manage them. And they are in their houses relaxing as poultry farmers. But the idea is you will be trained under that cluster, you will be sustained from that cluster. For example, even when you can only rear 10 birds in your backyard, you join this cluster where you put in your money together. You find out that you can rear more than 10 birds, isn't it? Then when you make your profits, you can sustain your backyard farm with that money in a day. Now your cluster. And it doesn't matter anywhere your cluster now. Our plan is to set up clusters here in Mbaise, but they call for action. We will start with the existing clusters that we have. Then with time, you can then set up clusters here in Mbaise. So cluster, when you come under a cluster, you will be identified in that cluster. When an investor comes, because we have some partners we are working with. We are working with SMIDAN, most of us must SMIDAN here, Small Medium Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria. We are working with NACOTAN, Nigeria Cotton Traders Association of Nigeria. We are working with MAPAMAN, Maize Growers and Processors Association of Nigeria. We are working with Export Promotion Council. They make sure say, farmer here, are there in these clusters? They so okay, we produce only the people in the clusters will also be trained, then so that your products can be exportable. I thank God and then MPR, how much most of them will channel Nanabeke. What should they do? They can leverage on this opportunity. Say what MPR actually empower 100 farmers. Can they produce rice, some things in tons? So because I chọrọ cassava. You are going to chọrọ. Unu emegini. So unu agwa anyị produce ya. The Export Promotion Council will package the product for export. Ọ ga-enyekwa ya ka anyị enwekwe na apa ihe a ga-emkpa, the dollar ga-emkpa. So That is that. Now, what are the objectives of this cluster farming? It enhances agricultural productivity and efficiency. It improves access to finance and markets. As a farmer, you might not have much money, but when you join this cluster, you'll be linked to a finance institute where you can get the money. It's just a unit money. You took a taxi on and it increases profitability and competitiveness. That if you're under this cluster, it will increase your profitability. What you cannot make as a person, when you join hands together, you make more money on it. And you can comfortably stand bold and say, I am a farmer, I am a farmer, and my farm is in so and so place. I have my chicken, I have my 100 beds, or I have my 50 beds in a cluster. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. So you can be a farmer in Prozi, in a nutshell. And the idea is we want food to be everywhere. Some people now say, I am a medical doctor, I can't go into farming. I am a nurse, I can't go into farming. I am a teacher, I can't go into farming. You can be a farmer by proxy. So another important objective of our it creates jobs and reduce poverty. This cluster program will create jobs. Our children can come there and work. We will train these kids, they will come there and work, and automatically it has reduced poverty in the society, isn't it? So, and also it improves food security and nutrition. Even now practicing that organic farming. Everything you do or you should do as a farmer should be targeted at mitigating greenhouse gas emission. The weather is changing every day, and what we are practicing is the global standard where you should follow the step of the organic farming, where we can produce good food. Cancer, a lot of problems, because of what the chemicals, but in this cluster program, with our partners, we produce organic food. Organic food that is very nutritious to our body. What is the benefit of RM Agripreneurship Development Farmers Self-Help Cluster Project Farming? One, it increases food production and security. Your cluster, you as a cluster member, group that's your cluster will help. It will increase food production and security. It will improve livelihood for farmers and rural communities. Communities that bring out their lands. A farmer or a farmer who had his infrastructure before, you can come and say, please, Harry, I have my poultry farm, a capacity of 1,000, 2,000. And when you set up, use that is what we are talking about here. That it improves livelihood for farmers and rural development. Anywhere this cluster comes, it will automatically develop that community. Another one is enhances economic growth and development. It will reduce what we call the capital flight. It will reduce capital flight. So what your community doesn't have. But when these clusters are formed in communities, you will see that these products are very close to you. You don't need to travel far. You can just go to Mamage or to your neighbor and buy those things. So that's what we're talking about here. It improves nutrition and health outcome. Then, call to action. What are we talking about? Call to action is we urge and advocate for more people to venture into agribusiness value chain. Because we are urging and we are calling. If you are a farmer, you are not a farmer, you are into different profession, we want you to venture into agribusiness value chain. You need to invest in the step-by-step way that add the value to that product. So please, we are asking government, we are urging individuals, we are urging big shops, we are urging the deep pockets to come up and support farmers in their society, sponsor people, what are these counterparts, see her in this program, so that we can have more people into farming, or we can have food security at the market. Ulaya stampede Malaysia, maka rice, 10 kg of rice. Because there is no food. And it is not a child's play. So we urge and advocate for more people to venture into agribusiness value chain. By doing so, we can create national food production and security. We can create jobs, reduce poverty, and improve livelihood for farmers and rural communities. And other things, we can promote economic growth and development and improve nutrition and health outcomes. In conclusion, our agribusiness value development is critical to sustainable individual and national prosperity. The ARE and MPR, Agripreneurship Development Empowerment Self-Help Cluster Closing Farming, a farming initiative, is an innovative solution to the challenges facing agribusiness value chain development in Nigeria. His essence was talking about cluster. Cluster is the only way we can survive. Cluster is the only way we as farmers can survive. You can have your farm and also be in a cluster to sustain yourself and your society and your community. We must work together to promote agribusiness value chain development and increase national food production and security. Great farmers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Everybody know me in English and Igbo, and I think that will make a lot of sense. And I want to also say that the MPR is invested in this program, and we have already said, if I'm not mistaken, that MPR will be injecting at least $1 million into forming another cluster in Mbaise. So we thank you so much, Mr. Okechukwu. So we want to recognize Sir Joe and Asike. Yes, the president of Mbaise, the President General. Oh, thank you. For a short remark. Thank you, sir.
You can move MC. Definitely, I'm the first fight President General of Mbaise. Steve, you were able to I'm happy to be here. Last year I was here because I'm highly impressed with what MPR is doing. It's a policy after Agro cash, that is not empowerment. You should learn how to fish and not to give you fish. And MPR has been in the forefront teaching people how to fish. Even there, to assess all these funds, it takes time. It takes a process. Some other time, because what you put out is very interesting, but they need to do it. There were a lot of Smith and others. They give funds. Agriculture is something they make. So they need to know how to do it. I hope some of you can help to hope. So that you can access the funds. All they can here. There was something terrible. Last year, this 2024, somebody came to me. Poultry, which I've seen. That's in data. Because 2 million. Here we have that I gave him immediately after New Year. Then the chance, he managed to take risk. Yeah, I'll give you 1 million. That's no guys here. So him they need because it is something near. Now on yesterday, the person came to me and gave my account. The airport staff. Then the account. Wait till the boy break it. That transfer that money. Then we went out Kabul. I got school at Lagos. Go to the Yoruba Nation. You may not have the money. When they give away the money, the thing will not get. You go to your brother. When the people, you may go, I made this. Urufia, I make it. I can be the 5%, I can be the 10%, I can be the 5%. I have the better than legacy. Choro Meko, Titesu, Okoko Christmas. If you approach your brother and therefore that you are serious with what you are doing, there will always be business like. Okay, make it power. And that one is what is called empowerment. Or we in a go, or take a Mahaka, or many cash. That one I will Yamaka. That person is making you to be listening. But if you have the business, if you are committed, just like everybody will hear, this training movement, I understand you have done ICT training, Cubana, this and that. Any day in there, a little bit Cubano, it's your money that you are paying to him. Simple as short. They create content. So you can create content. You can settle. You can settle your own small login. You can talk. Either when something there is them, people will log in there. What's out of the game? They have a plan. And you find out that with the moment of $1,000, $2,000. Continuously. Build on it. Build on it. It will be well. But then the agric, if you don't have the farm, so you want a farm, who will collaborate here? Who will make 2 or 3? Who will be the farm? They go to the farm. I use my personal experience to talk to people. I will be farming this greenhouse, tomato, pepper, all these big ones. Somebody are come. They sing Gaga Lagos. Jamie greenhouse, 3. There were 3 of them. Tomato, pepper. Some people run there. Have the as soon as all of them are half full the pepper. They have to how to sell it. We need to plant another set. Matching. The guy in that place is making a kill from it. This greenhouse. To mark this pepper and roca. They offer their 1,000 naira. He's collecting. And he's making his money. So you can make a law by being serious. And you have to be honest. Okay, Maya, you may not have a farm. Somebody is saying, but come and run this farm. Come and help us do this farm. Be honest. You build that farm. And once you build the GS, ya baragene. Let's give what I want. Ya man, you need to farm a machine. Gabarakala, Agriculture. Let's only produce, farmers grow, know how that person will leave you because some say I have the founder. So we will encourage. So people, I'm going to encourage. So no just up to Rebun, I want to be Chamber of Commerce. When you progress, when you're doing well, motivated, you can always go to his Resu Civic Center, our office there. You can find out how you can benefit from the services chamber management, including bringing people as cooperatives, so that you are the room and how to guide you do one or two things. Because I wish all of you well. This trade today, or will you grow after next year? I know that some of you give testimony what they have done with this training. We don't know.
And an pattern for preacher, Sir Steve Ono, former permanent secretary, former special advisor to the governor, and the first vice president. Mr. Paul Speaker, President Mbaise, President MPC, and Chief Coordinator University of Mbaise. Please, let's put our hands together for him. And the Eke, Director of Strategy, University of Mbaise. Let's also put our hands together for him. Chief Wargood, Director, University of Mbaise, Coordinator. Let's also put our hands together for him. At this point, I'm appointed Professor Moha for his speech. Let's put our hands together for him, Professor Moha.
This is a great event. I won't talk much, but I'll highlight 3 things. One, about Greek. Some of us who have reached the zenith of our professions, and then on academics, and then outside, I got together and I formed what we call Greater Mbaise Farmers Cooperative Society. They were registered with Imo State and also with the federal government. And this society, about 42 plus, within 3 months, in Ekurazu town. And we have started mechanized agriculture. And we embarked on about 15 exotic crops, manufacturing challenges, and others. And our objective is to make, the main objective is to make food available to Mbaise at every time. Because I ain't into dry season farming. If you go there now, we have fresh products. And the other secondary objective, we offer training to our youths. And we also make sure that I produce with seedlings, organic seedlings. All of these efforts are about much for our pockets. Our dividends in cash is secondary. Primary is that Anjoroka is a hub for agriculture. So in fact, everyone, youths, everybody, to have a tour to across the town, and then you go and witness some modern farming. I think you'll be very happy. We have our bee hives there too, in addition, and so we are there to ensure that this a food basket of ourselves and also for all the people. The other thing I also want to highlight, University of Mbaise, they are now in the process of actualizing it. And I
wish to request everybody to be part of it. And they Chore Magric, and with a lot of free land there, you may not pay anything, but at least you should be identified with that place. So, each one, Alanumana free about under University of Mbaise. So you don't have a problem. So this is it. Then it's also important, the final thing before I go. It's also important to note that here the very crucial money progress as far as my experience is telling me, both character. Meanwhile, character, you can't progress, I must tell you. So, Anosike has said something very relevant. That they go, and then that person returned the money at the appointed time. I'm sure if that person goes back to him to ask for 5 million, he will not hesitate to give him. So character is very important. And this character has to do with our Igbo tradition. Igbo, and I trust Igbo so much when we are growing up. You know? And but that character thing seems to be eluding us. The kind of mess anyway, you want to talk in it, you can't buy it up. You can't trust you. And once you cannot be trusted, I must tell you, no matter how much effort you make, you cannot progress. So, and those of us in our northern and greater Mbaise have decided that we have to reject character in our youth. In this era of Japa, a lot of them are outside. They don't even know the basic culture of Igbo. And remember the basic culture of Igbo, you cannot progress, I must tell you. So some of us have come together that we have to address the cultural renaissance in Mbaise. And if we have to address cultural renaissance in Mbaise, I think I can really know. So we moved on to produce a book about Ilu. This book was produced last 3 days ago. That was when this book was unveiled. And we are targeting every youth in Mbaise, in a primary school, in a secondary school, in a university. Here in Nigeria or outside, you should try and get a copy of this Ilu book. It is the beginning of the Renaissance. After this book, we are going to other cultural activities. Everybody has Mbaise with a character. If you don't have character, that's it all. So please, you should try and pick a copy. On the 29th, when we unveiled it, two of us bought copies. I bought 100 copies at 100,000 because it is 1,000 per copy. And I'm going to distribute it to primary and secondary schools in my vicinity. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to buy more so that more from this in and I still look at you look at So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bossman. Please, can the owner of this vehicle
of National Mushroom Growers, Processors and Marketers Association of Nigeria, Imo State Chapter. Before I proceed the value chain which I'm representing, I want to specially appreciate the president of MPR, Professor Edward Oparoji. So I want to appreciate you so much for you and your executive putting up this program. No farmer! We are changing it very soon. No farmer, no food on the table. If you agree, say yay. Mushroom is a very important value chain that most of us do not know. Hello for the Lubin name. Hello for the Limo here. Most people don't know the value of mushroom. If I begin to do an analysis now, maybe check and ask many of us, when last did you eat mushroom? Can I have a witness here? Nobody. Even those that just came back for Christmas, people have neglected our roots. People are now eating a lot of fatty food. Each again, many people are suffering from cholesterol, from diabetes, so many ailments. But here we have when it grow just from waste and we begin to make wealth. Just using sawdust and lentil and chaff rice, you are good to go to produce your mushroom. And you eat it and it's very, very healthy. Hello? Last time I was privileged to be at Info, invited by our reverend here, Father Pius. Please come here, please. From Atafa. What he is doing, if it can be located, maybe by 10 persons here, I think the nation of Mbaise will be a reality. Because he has took it upon himself to embark in going around training people. I know how many people that are participants. I have seen most of them. Please, if you're a participant to that program, let me see your hand. You can see some of them here. Oh my God. They get a rosu. How many of us know a rosu? Hello? Some people know it just to cook melon soup. But some people don't know the health benefits of that pleurotis tuberculum, known as the king tuber mushroom. And they grow from waste, just from waste. There's no one about it, that's 100 naira. A very big one, that's 3,000 naira. But let me shock you, this thing I'm telling you have international value. That people are using it now, even they also to bake bread. Hello? It's not just to eat it as normal food and all that, you can use it to grow bread, bake bread. The mushroom you are seeing is not just only to cook soup. We'll have mushroom bread, we'll have mushroom tea, we'll have other value chains that you can get from mushroom. Now, apparently, this Christmas, you find out that Opo Watalazion now. Hello? Why? Because the cost of feed is too expensive. But you know you can combine your own feed using what we call the BSF, the black soda fly farming. People know it as the maggot farming. That you can use it with your chaff and some other things with the normal food. You are combine your feed and what you are eating is not just antibiotics or this kind of feed that they make. It's pure organic feed. And when you eat it, you eat the right food. I want to stop here and I want to encourage everybody to tell us that farming is everyone's responsibility. If you are not farming, you will eat the wrong one when the time comes. Thank you all and God bless you.
I can tell you, when this young man will joke because in America, especially in Jason, they are going to pay a good sum of money. And it's always not easy to grow and it is good. So, and you can make money, you can export it if you have it in that country. So, what you say is good. Let me recognize Engineer Ellis for them, the founder and managing director, our new friends, Nigeria Limited. Please, can you show your hand for recognition? Okay. Now we want Chief Jack and Ogu. I hope you're here and you're prepared. He is a major IT person for MPR. So he's going to showcase what we call a Koha online. That means that all over the world you can access this portal. The village to produce room, for instance, and the way access to it, you can be the one that will showcase that area. As wherever.
Yeah, actually, I want to come to Prof. Apology. He was our senior and a goalkeeper, a renowned goalkeeper of MSS in the days, yes. My brother here, like he said, I started my first company, I think it was
84 or 84?
Yeah, about 86, okay. 87. After I got my degree in computer science, there was no job. Nobody knew anything about computers when I got into computers. There was no job at all. So I had to start a consulting company. Yeah, he heard about it when he was still here. I mean, that makes me look old, right? Very old. Yeah. So, even when I came to Arakogla, so I did that old. They were when it's just technology, but when they with a whole business, MPR introduced a new business tool. Business also got there around it. So every potential business people know here. We're not here, outside here. So let's see how we're going to do it. Let me call her online marketplace is here as www.ecallheronline.com. It's real, it's registered. There is a website coming to you by that name. It's owned by MPR. MPR came up with the idea to get the intersection after the investment in agriculture, the investment in IT for young disabled people. I what's next? I say, I can really bring these two investments together. Government will help me. So, if you go to the next one. Okay, let me finish introducing myself. I'm Joachim Wogu. I'm in Michigan, in the United States. I'm a company about 3N Solutions Network. It's a computer consulting business. I'm executive director of oloffoundation.org. If you go online, you see that one, Olof Foundation. And a family, they were a critical illness. One have a critical illness. Free technology disrupts the way we normally do things. And that's what MPR is going to do in Mbaise and beyond Mbaise. Everyone, Jumia, when I'm at the other one, this rely on those places. And I hear Eju. And I hear Mowede. And I don't believe they do. But the Goa market is going to do it online. It sounds strange. You have not seen it before. That's why it's a disruptor. How can you disrupt it? The Goa market will disrupt all those things. And it's a good a lot of us. I don't know what's going to happen here. Let's go to the next one. In the Goa market, anybody can buy. Anybody. So when we implement it, we will categorize things. So below the choice here, online isn't just about products; it's about opportunity. I kind of hinted that already. It's a new way. We're going to cost it's a 10,000. Get it 15,000. Mama just 10,000 come out. The 50,000 goes to you. But you have to be a reputable person. You have to be reputable. Because if you are reputable, we will prosecute ourselves. We have to have those arrangements. And before I get set online, we would have documented you very well. They put in there an issue for Mama, but this time, I didn't get anything in there for Mama. But you can sell up Korea and a car market. And you're not only selling it to me, because I'm not here, you can sell it to me when I'm in the US. Every big decided so I'm going today. What it means is I'm going to call soya and deliver to them. I don't have to be the consumer, but I can buy and send. Right now, all we do is send money. We would like to send food. So we want to be able to buy things price. So the call will help you to do that. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Go ahead. A call making an arrangement with those people in the north. How will supplier to you, but you're the reseller, you'll be selling from here. You need a way to rent in a store. You need to get a sign agreement for store. You can no longer manage that. Okay? So, not only that, you no longer manage it. Somebody will came with a storage place. Somebody became a storage place. Where one OBC and so on and so forth. Do you have to build a storage place? No, you can't just, you're a good business person. All you have to do is rent a place and advertise it as a food storage place or a depot for other people. So all is going to come. Everybody's going to have a job somehow. Most of you. Yeah. So Mbaise is moving to the next century. Now, they start. And then they say people are going to be in the forefront. And then they say no, Lagos can be a reseller. Then they say no, Abuja can be a reseller. Then gradually, the whole Nigeria will be shopping at a Koha market. Can they be Koha market? No. They say. So that's what we say. We rejuvenate Mbaise, we reposition Mbaise, and we will change the narrative. That's why we're going with that. That's on the cost effective. But how do you get it to any number? Okay, it requires some kind of packaging. When you give me your number, give it to me. If I get packaging, you can break it up. So I can take it out, or you can run a business. They can make it good enough for a chicken to relax, breathe well, feed, and then somebody will ride a bicycle or motorcycle. Put it in a storage, you can eat cheap to other things. So these are things that will happen. So when we say economy, we're not just talking about online, we're talking about other businesses that are going to feed off of it. A lot of creativity, a lot of things that are going to go on. I don't want to keep you too long. Oh, and there's some charity group. A lot of them are here, so that will be another meeting. We will have to talk to investors that there will be a different presentation over here. So I don't want to keep going on. Mbaise has the potential to become a leader in agri-commerce. That's what this is, agri-commerce. By focusing on agricultural and food products, online can cater for a specific and growing demand. The agricultural food, the food is becoming very demanding. And then technology is also in demand. So, to your village. So, you say about the trouble of travel. I don't want to go a chain, right? I'm going to go a chain here. A chain about yeah, you don't have to go. You can buy it from a chain. Because somebody here have done and make arrangement with Gary producers in a chain. So so anybody is from Kehenona Ogumadri, this one getting on a chain. But somebody made arrangement to bring it down here. So this is work themselves out. Don't not worry about it. They want a point. So okay, rule. I get where meetings I get publicized for people to learn more. And by then, we go business around it. But I have no idea of the technology. Is it possible to link to the site? Yes. Check out. Otherwise, it's ready. And we'll be loading our own products. Their own products. These are just examples. They will.
Thank you. Primary school at Hunter Computers. I am agency. Computer company in America. That was what we were thinking. So we are happy with your expertise, and we thank God that you are willing to share what God has given you with your people. Thank you, sir. Mr. Professor Joan Aleko to say something.
Mr. Kelen, Katan, Mr. Swan, because I take my leg up battle. I know why I shine wounded, no, outside. He said, yes, I know, no, the young woman is going to be going to the line. And they got another assignment to the also this happened. So I want to apologize. One of God is supposed to be like, I'm with you. So then, I want to thank the convener, promoter, and our worthy senior professor, the apology, the promoter of Mbaise policy roundtable. And now, only sharing here for this number of years we've been meeting here.
It's his fault.
Why I decided to take this microphone at this point, who can kind of Christmas season. But here we do not waste our time anytime actions are here on the 2nd of January of every year. We are getting results. And when they go to school, from class 1, until they were come in the school. What did they were to pass here? Never had a man out of the school. They walk there, hopefully, shake their hand at the end of final year. You can't get him and say, oh, yeah, got the school and all pass it, you're passing in the classroom. There you pass on, you can't get him. All results. So at this point, many people are Balanyoku. And we know that our generation of both youth and contemporary society today, we know what I use your computer, use your handsets. All of them digitalized in one way or the other. Our students, our children, even some parents is watching him and they do yourself online. And they deliver. And I'm not putting they deliver. They got online, how isolate one and they deliver. So for us to be in Mbaise here, to now realize that I went our own platform, I did even diamond. My Cairo, my Kaya Abuja area is a great thing. Because the subsequent previous summits, all these trade from them. This market, marketplace, Mbaise, it was here like our own Amazon. So Mbaise went their own Amazon. So when only America now it as one here. And thank God that the one they celebrate today will never really do training, including e-commerce, e-marketing. So I'm with candidates. I get deployed almost immediately to really get them engaged. How people can before my brother, this is our brother. Because this is where we are now. We are taking the stock of Ihende and previous summits. The last year, the outcome we had to celebrate. Previous years, I am here. That is why I get there for the pilots of Mother Farm. We've been talking about farming every year. And why I get if you can feed yourself very well,
health is almost guaranteed because we really get to get good health. At least government have been ready in the first instance. And even when they did it, they were quite in. So I didn't find Kuraha. Autumn not here. It's my coach. I got me put a go there. Only been an icon and had it enough. The time I put it at it, other they go to man because he didn't know Kuraha. He covered a go to the main vest. Cover one out this year and allowed 2025. We pay only upgrading. We pay cash in Mbaise, Jim Bison Abuja. All is equal now. No matter the way you look at it, and I will not cry over and I so much of employment. So, Monday not outside, Monday not inside. I didn't know how to Tinaka, Florida. You know, when more the Jinan in Ako get him up. And I mean, I know how to anime, one quality anime. All the people who want, I think they will get a go and help. And I'm sure that some of them didn't have Barahuru. In fact, all last 2 years, I made an edge lot and there I come. And I'm how well the things serve the larger family. So I want us not to see this in Anna here and every year. Allah. That is not the point. A lot of people through this same MPR, they got trained to get into fish farming. Some of them today produce really their own fishes and then they package in different forms. So I want to continue to thank the initiators of this wonderful development from the same nation. It is for our own self-determination and actualization. Onya Jirajana told me, I brought her to her 4 years ago. And the education of Mama for Nama. So if you don't help yourself, it will be difficult for another person to start thinking on how to help you. So all Nyamaka, our brothers in diaspora, the ones here in Nigeria, and in the water, including our young retirees. I go to him, or who want to do more account. People retire these days without knowing what they will be doing when they will retire. A close pension as if the world and every person, so in fact, the world they collapse on them because they are retired. Life is not supposed to be like that. Many people here today only put about SME and how to access funding. IJCABIA, Magana, Oko access funding. How people train in one way or the other get women about opting to start their own businesses. As you send them at the motor, no matter family or whatever, they need certain support to start their means of livelihood. You know, when the President General of Ohanes and they go to Esposum Biseku here, only Nani I go put to an afford. Then, I don't know this December, I saw with account, I pay you over. Again, that is integrity. Anything but a business, there must be integrity. If it has any go kill them, and they go after 6 months or after 1 year, and I took a junior, get iron or 7, that iron. I think he should be a man. You have discouraged your name, you've eaten both your pension and your gratuity. Also, child in the leader into anything in your haka. Just as the speaker said, it might not be just money. The knowledge, the services, the more have money. The opportunities and openings, the more have money. And given them when they are needed, take them seriously. Then, Nemaka also, Gabia, to optimize it so that no will only Tinaka or Gagaria Otoma. Last year, the Google training, the 19 Woko GGK Nduku. So facilitate here. We thank God that he is here physically. During the last summit, all through digital communication, Kenya, Jime interact. When it was announced that Mbaise will have the opportunity to undertake this level of training, some of us registered for this training and discovered that only training for only being very busy, only Nagi committee for time. I was eliminated. Personally, I wanted to be a candidate because Anna said, come and experience this. I said, I can hold on this. How difficult and how demanding are they? That's it. I can end the same day. He continued. Today, I went and finished it. And I was trying to ask so many people, they just stranded. When you go doctor, I can say, this thing, not making again. It was very, very demanding. So for the people that completed, and today we are to celebrate those people, any honestly. I didn't have it in Yeruche. So he is going to be called upon to now issue certificate, because when this opportunity came, and I was in US in August, we have been interacting and we are still interacting, because this kind of thing we are doing here, we will scale it up to a level that some of us might not still understand what we are doing, because we are working here and we are not only in Mbaise. As I speak, every national assignment. And that is what they call the National Skill Qualification Framework that is on now. And government is trying to put that at the forefront of self-reliance and the self-determination of the individuals. So that whether you're a graduate or a non-graduate, we will only be defining you on the basis of what you are capable of doing. The time of certificate carrying has gone completely. It's no longer working. So that is the essence. And true to that determination that government take really now, it changed the education curriculum. So from basic training in private, basic secondary, up to JS3, you now have to do some trade programs. You must skill into some skills before you take a school cert. That is the new order. Meaning that that will be a means of livelihood at the end of the day. So that is why this opportunity given to us is worthy of very great celebration. All one of the success stories of MPR. And the Mbaise, we're very, very, very proud of this. At the general level of anywhere in Mbaise gathering, this kind of training and exposure really define our essence and commitment to our self-determination and survival. So, what is senior sir and the leadership of MPR, I salute you. We congratulate your endeavors and pray God to continue to sustain you, God in good health, resources, and the energy, so that from time to time, from year to year, we will continue to advance the cause of our Mbaise nation. Thank you very much. This is my opening and midway speech, not closing. But now let me call on the person who has been anchoring Chijiken Dugu to now present the certificates to the successful candidates, either we call them graduates or those that have distinguished themselves. There are 16 or 17, 18 of them. Many people listed, very many. 18 persons completed and stars. They can now work remotely from here on whatever currency. that will enable them to exercise the profession that they have all completed as determined by this presentation. So, then you now call the people that will make the presentation as you so wish. You are the one representing Google. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Hanley, for scholarship. But fortunately, finished the program. But I am sure when some of them who are, at the verge of finishing it, but they were not able to meet up with today's. They don't have their certified, verified certificate. But also, before I go on, let me also recognize the man, Nigeria.
Hello? Where is the camera?
Step on the 25th of January, we have a young people from Nigeria, from Rwanda, from actually authorized to distribute this certificate in West Africa. But when we have their group, we go a here. That's why we started from this. And we want more people to take advantage of this opportunity to upskill or reskill themselves in the IT. Going forward, now we begin to help the graduates formulate online jobs and also to link them with online so that they can be contacted by companies.
Okay, you are not giving
No, it's fine. Secondly, the next, there are two main projects that African Universities Fund will launch next year. If you look at this brochure, you will see one is the West Africa Generative Artificial Intelligence Fellowship. That means there are a lot of tools, business tools, that can help you do your business as fast as light. And there are a lot of artificial intelligence tools that can help you solve problems in the community. But we don't have the tools, we don't have the knowledge to use these tools. So we'll be convened at the West African level next year, about 35 young people who will understudy about 15 artificial intelligence tools that can be used to solve problems, whether it is in agriculture or in medicine or in music or in even writing, technical writing, that can empower them to become, great leaders and disruptors in the areas actually. The next one will be the Global Nursing Pathway Program. The Global Nursing Pathway Program, what are many nursing jobs. Then in Africa, there are so many people who are interested in becoming nurses, who maybe they have a degree in microbiology or they have a degree in biochemistry, or they even have a degree in anatomy and physiology, but they can easily jump to become nurses. That means we want to follow supply with demand. So there is demand of nurses in the US, in Canada, in New Zealand, wherever. But there is another supply of talented people. Now, right now, as I speak to you, Nigerians abroad remit more money than Nigeria makes from oil. So that means we can become a global supplier of human resources. So, but we want to start from nothing. So that means somebody can rescale and it will be online. We are, actively making those connections. It will be launched like in summer next year, where somebody can start with, nursing program online until it gets to a critical level where you will need, an internship and nursing rotations. And we also have a plan of having simulations. We're not in our medical field, but mannequins. So we are going to have a mannequin simulation center, where these people, the mannequins are robots that breathe. They are like human beings. You have for kids, you have for adults. With that, you can learn master assessment, you can learn to treat any kind of human being, any kind of state. They are robots, but you can actually get this. So we are going to have a center in Nigeria, basically in our Port Harcourt office. So these are some of the programs we will there. And at every point in time, we will always circulate back to our roots. That means that some of these things will start from Mbaise nation. I can assure you.